Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Sozen Gadget Reviews. Today I'll be reviewing the MPow X3 True Wireless Earbuds. The MPow X3 are a STEM style earbud that have ANC, environmental noise cancellation for calls, and deep bass. Man, if all these features work as advertised and they're good for running too, this could be a phenomenal bud. Let's check it out together. Whether you're new to my channel or one of my regulars, thanks for watching. In this review, I'm going to show you a quick unboxing while covering the basic features of these buds. I'm going to put a link to my Mic Series in-depth microphone test in the video links and in the video description for you to check that out if you want to. But in this video, I will then cover latency and some of the weirdness that I experienced in my test versus my actual listening experience. And then, of course, I'll discuss the audio quality. Then I'm going to talk about something new called Runner's Corner, where I talk specifically about observations that I've had while using these buds during my workouts. And finally, be sure to stick around till the end to hear my recommendations on the MPow X3 and get a sneak peek at all my upcoming bud reviews and videos that I have planned. Okay, let's get started. Welcome to the MPow X3 unboxing. True wireless earbuds with ANC. The MPow X3. Active noise cancellation, environmental noise cancellation, deep bass, and sweat proof. You're talking Bluetooth 5, 7 hours of talk time, plus 20 with the case with ANC off, 6 hours plus 18 with ANC on, headset protocol, hands-free protocol. Your standard protocols. Yep, you gotta have those. Charging time 2 hours, no rapid charge. Again, almost dropped it, but I didn't. Same. The X3. Here to help us today, part of our unboxing. I know I've gone all out. Hot Wheels Exotics. We got some cool cars in here. I'm gonna just pause down. All right, I'm back with a Cadillac Mirage. Ooh, this is looking good. Two-door caddy. Nice. Gonna help us check out the size of that case. So you can see, compared to a Hot Wheels, it's shorter, definitely shorter, but it is a little bit taller. I mean, this is gonna fit in your jean pocket with a bulge. Is what I can tell about that. Not bad though, not bad. Now the mics, you got your talk mic. This is your talk mic, and here you have your ANC mic. This is your multi-touch button. And I think that's all the good stuff. You got a good looking bud here. What you got here is this does not get too deep into your ear at all. Like, this piece is going to cause this to really stay on the outer portion of your ear. You got a big wide tip that's going to help deliver a lot of bass. And you got your USB-C charging cable there. Oh, my lighting. Guess I could improve that, huh? There's your USB-C port on the bottom. What do you got for lights on the inside? You got 4 charging lights. The buds charge when you put them in here. That's a magnetically closed case. It's pretty nice. It's definitely plastic. It says that's a 500 milliamp battery. Ooh, that will come out if you shake it. That is not as strong a magnet as I've seen on some of the other buds recently. But the case won't open, so the magnetic seal on the case itself is pretty darn good. Closes easily. Stands up on its own.
So I think I've covered just about everything about the $59 MPow X3. The case size is relatively small. It'll fit in your 15 pocket, but it'll bulge a little bit. It's USB-C charger. It doesn't support wireless or rapid charging. You've got 7 hours on the charge plus 20 with the case for a total of 27. It does support ANC. It doesn't block everything, and wind can be an issue at sometimes, but it does have ANC that works well. It supports AAC and SBC playback, and in my testing, it actually doesn't lag on YouTube at all, but we'll get into that a little bit later. It doesn't support CVCA noise cancellation, but it does support environmental noise cancellation with its 2 mics on each bud. The touch controls are excellent, and they include volume controls as well. The Bluetooth range is about 99 feet. It'll work in mono mode with the right earbud only, which is a little bit disappointing. It will support multi-device, and it does not support multi-point, and its IPX rating is actually 7, so it's fully submergible in water.
All right, let's pause this and get on to the good stuff.
So for sound quality, all of my testing is with ANC on because it does improve the overall volume and bass response, and I definitely prefer to listen to music with ANC on all the time unless I was running. Now I'm going to compare these using the exact same songs that I compared the Boltune BT-BH023s to, just for comparison since these buds are so similar. And in Caroline by Anime, from 50 seconds to 105, I know this has got explicit lyrics, so just be forewarned. The imagery is just as good as it was in the Boltunes. And the layers of vocals from 140 to 150 are really good in these. And everything I said about the Boltune holds true, but the X3 adds bass. They add a real low frequency sub-bass rumble to the mix. And even as low as about 15% volume with ANC on, you get bass with these buds. It's nice. On Next Level by Aston Wild, I said that the Boltunes produced this really large sound stage, and it was so impressive to me. Now, I didn't get that same whoa sensation from the X3s, but it does have a really precise sound stage. It's very big, and everything is very clear about the X3. So maybe the sound stage isn't quite as large, but I do really like the overall experience. Then the last song I compared on the Boltunes would be Lady Gaga's Million Reasons. And I said on the Boltunes that her voice was silky smooth with excellent layers of instruments, and you could listen to it anywhere from 50 to 100% volume. And then at 144 in the song, the Boltunes needed about 75% volume to really deliver a big impact. The X3s, you could say all the same things, but they have more dynamic range. There's much more going on with the bass here. So they don't need as much volume in order to deliver the same kind of impact and power that the Boltunes did. So let me summarize. The X3 have a strikingly strong deep bass and clear mids and highs, and they come in a super runner-friendly package.
This is the latency test of the MPow X3. I've got the sound playing through these buds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to speak while I press one of these directly up against the microphone, and then we'll do a super slow-mo to determine exactly how latent this sound is coming from these buds. That should do it.
So I'm going to add this as a new segment to my vids. I'm out in the middle of a run. I've just done about 1.5 miles. So I didn't want to go too far, be too sweaty, unpresentable. But I am a little breathless, so there's probably going to be a lot of edits in this clip. Just bear with me as I try something new. The X3, with its active noise cancellation, it barely sits in your ear. This bud goes in and out of your ear so fast you don't have to do anything. And it sounds great. It's got a huge driver. The active noise cancellation is good, but not so good when you're running because the speed at which you run generates a wind which whips through the active noise cancellation mic, and actually it tries to cancel it out, and what you end up hearing is a bunch of echo. So the X3 is a great running bud. There's almost no occlusion when you're running, but if you turn on ANC, which actually I don't really hear a big difference while I'm running and what it's blocking out anyway, but you really can't use it while running. I took an audio clip using the X3 as well when it was very windy and I was running, and the audio clip is just horrible. I don't even know how to put it on a video because it is that bad. Now the X3, under kind of standing there, normal circumstances, when I did my mic series video, you'd see that the mic sounded really good. It blocked out a ton of the wind. But the day that I was running with it, which I was facing the wind and running with the wind, it really does not work at all. So the last thing that I'll say about the X3 on a run, in which the important point of this segment is I can run with this at a volume of about 38%. I know, because I ask my assistant, I tap the left bud for 2 seconds and say, what is my current volume setting? 38% is about the lowest I could go on this, which is pretty low. Like most of the buds that I run with, like the T6, you probably at 65, 70% volume, which frankly is probably pretty damaging to your ears, even if that's the lowest volume that you can actually hear the music at. So the X3, 38%, 40%, you can hear the music. I mean, you know, it's not a symphony, it's not a concert, but I'm trying to hear what's going on, you know, people, cars, whatnot. 38% seems pretty reasonable. Oh yeah, and the last thing I would say about the X3 is on the run, I do this all the time, right? I'm dapping in to the assistant to record things, and the microphone works very well. So I can record notes. The notes are fairly accurate. The Google Assistant has no idea when you start saying the name of a product like MPow X3. It doesn't know what MPow X3 is, so you got to look at like what it sees you say half the time. Like I think that will have picked up as M&M, believe it or not. I don't know what that says about the kind of music I listen to, but that's what seems to be recorded when I say MPow X3. But otherwise, the microphone does a great job, even while running, to use the assistant to record a note. So that's actually pretty fantastic. And I use that a lot because I take notes on what I want to say in my videos via voice. And if the microphone's not picking up what I'm saying, like what I will say in the T6 video, which is you have to speak really loudly and articulately for the T6 microphone to understand what you're saying. Like I have to speak like that in order for that microphone to record a decent note. The X3, I can talk pretty much normal, which, you know, for me is practically a slur. And it works pretty good.
All right, so what could be better? Look, the shortcomings of the MPow X3 are just a few things. Like there was that really confusing situation where the latency test shows over 500 milliseconds delay, which is pretty bad. But in my informal video watching, they don't have any lag at all on watching YouTube or Netflix. So I'm not really sure what the discrepancy is. It's something I have to research. I do think people might be interested in having a wireless charging case with these, and I know that some people love the larger case, and now that MPow is releasing all the Plus style buds with the large power bank style charging case, I think that would go over really well with these X3s. Now, my recommended uses for these are pretty much anything. They're a great bud for running, they're a great bud for listening to music, they're a great bud for microphones, and they're super comfortable. That's my review of the MPow X3. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click that subscribe button and let me know what you think of the new unboxing and runner segment that I threw into this video. Also, in my upcoming vids, I got a special Father's Day sport and tech video planned. I got more top 5 videos planned, and of course I got several new buds still on the way that I'm going to review as soon as I can. Stay safe, everyone. So Zen out.